Good morning, आपने आंसब के स्वागत है। इतिया आपने खानगे नागालैंड जाय थका सिचुएशन ऊपर अपडेट आनी है। सब मनु एवर आसी कि NSCN के खंगो परा कॉन्ट्रैक्टर के रूल होके डेथ थ्रेट दिया पीछे बिशी बैकलैश और कंटेमिनेशन दिखी पाए आसी। इधर लगो ऊपर आज आंगामी यूथ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन परा कोहिमा दे पब्लिक रैली मती किना आसी। Unabated illegal taxation, harassment, intimidation और death threats common मनु लगा ऊपर ढलिया निंदे। इतिया मोहन इतु लगा लाइव टेलीकास्ट जाओ तादे स्पॉट लादे।
Common public contribution क्या से मिले कोशिश करी है आइयो लगा नेशनल मूवमेंट के contribution आसे मिले कोशिश करी है our identity itself is our biggest contribution if we are not there who are you going to fight for where is the national post don't undermine the contribution of the common public pioneers, अपनी लगा forefathers का, हमें लगा forefathers का, Itu naga nationalism. Asing rakyat di Indonesia sampai ada seluruh bulan. Itu movement taxation always kosher mana seluruh bulan itu. Naga aspiration lagi je. Naga supply lagi je. One nation, one people. Orang seluruh bulan itu. Taxation always kosher mana seluruh bulan itu. Asing anda youth organization. Jati kiki hulemi, hari ini anda area le, business kuliah, kantor kuliah hulemi, aji wala hulemi le, apni kantor orang safeguard kuliah, apni anda protect kuliah. Kami kan, anda kan, kuda kam hulemi, kuda business hulemi, kaya lagi, cedeng kuliah. Kami kan anda protect cedeng kuliah tu kuliah, itu challenge kuliah. Isar orang itu lain DJ. Luli tahu lo. Apni laga bunduk, apni laga cek pada. Kita ada isor laga kuis. Kalau isor laga patla terus guna perlu. Enough of your technique. Asal laga. Kali ini itu public rele. Ayo pergi keluar huide. Kali ini set kuliah. Our biggest strength today is our unity. Our Naga society is too fragmented. That is the reason why everyone is taking advantage of us. I want to appeal to every one of you here that the resolution of the 1993 of the Unabated Public Organization and the resolution to stop this taxation and extortion be the inspiration for our unity and in the days to come. The IO on this day, the 6th of August 2024, declared that any tribe, any organization who are here today in this program, any follow-up action or any initiation on your part, under any circumstances, kiman situation Angkami malu youth, apni laga initiative, apni laga program de thadi wo bine, apni laga commitment diya le. Kaya gini, baris iman thagi lebi, kun bhi na jayenge tu khara bide thaka do. This is the biggest statement that enough is enough. And then I stand here and pray and wish that the true essence of Kuklalin will prevail in our land someday. Thank you and God bless our land.
As mentioned earlier, we have the support of all the Apex youth bodies of Naga tribes in this afternoon for the public event. Now I give the time to them today, after the other. Mr. Gavasa Kamu, President Jackson Youth Club, Mr. Lemakang Anyantan, President Lota Youth Hall, Mr. Mupato Milti, Acting President Fortune Youth Organization, and Mr. Degwa Youth Club, President Renma Selosi.
Respected Chair for today's program, leaders from various organizations, program participants, elders, and all peace-loving Naga gathered here today. The office of the Taxation Front brings warm greetings to all of you. Aji, iman pun air ni saya jawab boleh. So kamu ke salam juga dia boleh. Bapa amadan, kokai dikan, baik dikan. Kamu dikan ke, so mula sudah lagi dia. Bisnisnya sesuai, kamu ke lagi dia. Mula laras bisnis English dia jadi lo. Kumba English dah dikan, orang-orang. As we gathered here to show our disagreement to unabated illegal taxation, harassment, intimidation, and death threat to common people. And as a matter of fact, the common innocent public have endured enough of unauthorized illegal impositions. And the Taxation Youth Front genuinely appreciate the Angami Youth Organization for organizing a rally such as this, which is the need of the hour. At the outset, the Taxation Youth Front would like to convey the Nagas are well known for peaceful coexistence, kindness, hospitality, and compassion. The unabated illegal taxation, intimidation, harassment, or death threat are aligned to our culture. Henceforth, antisocial activities by an individual, groups, or organizations must be outrightly rejected and strongly condemned by every right-thinking citizen of the land. We can never allow these evil things to penetrate in our society and become our culture. The CYF will continue to fight against such activities that threaten the social and cultural harmony. All Naga political groups should remind themselves that their movement should be people-centric. They ought to listen to the voice of the Naga that enough is enough, with multiple taxation and multiple factions. If the Naga political groups will continue with multiple taxation, harassment, intimidation, and are ready to take the life of the Naga public, we can only say that we have the most ungrateful, untrusted, and unwanted Naga national workers with us today. In conclusion, I would like to ask everyone that can we achieve our political and sovereign rights by having multiple groups? Can we achieve our aspirations without the support and blessing of common people? Can we progress and maintain peaceful coexistence by imposing unabated illegal taxation, harassment, or issuing that threat? I don't think so. And I'm sure and I hope that all of you will agree with me. If so, I want to appeal that it's time to come together and stand united as one. I hope this rally will serve as the starting of something bigger that brings the result the public desperately needs for. Good for the nation, let the welfare of the people be the final law. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. On behalf of the Lata Youth Cohort and on behalf of the Lata community, bring warm greetings to each and every one of you here. Why, Aji, Amal Lawero Sajibule, Imman harsh, it's raining. Hoilibi, Amala unity show, Guribo Gane, Aman Sop, and Ahina Tarado. That shows that Nagas are one, and we are fighting for our rights and justice. Duane, Moy Ishinago, Olivi, to the point. Like that, to the way, First of all, I really appreciate the Angami Youth Organizations for organizing or initiating such a historic public rally for the common cause of the Nagas, first of all. Itu hino ina, aji tai khan ki case olai na itia aman sob jane ase, aman death threat and capital punishment that is unacceptable in our society, in our Naga society. Aro amala lodhayu koho kambra holibi. Always and every time, Amian ki decide kuribo amhanbra holibi. On behalf of the local community, Amandi Amiala pichi stay wina jonai desi. Secondly, Naga nationalism garnido amhandi, we have our own, we have the patriotic feeling in us. That amala kun desi. Naga nationalism garnido. But will be in terms of extortion, threat, intimidation, and an act of terrorism to its common people that is not acceptable at all in a modern society. And I believe that any country in the world, kun hoilibi, independence pado, common people can know the cooperation like independence of Odbra Aiwo. So I would like to request all the national workers to kindly cooperate and live in peaceful coexistence with common people. And thirdly, we also strongly condemn the silence of state government, Ministry of Home Affairs, ceasefire monitoring group for its silence issue and failure to enforce ceasefire ground rules. Our platform law then Naga youths kani leader ekta ase, Naga kani bi ole mun ase. Ama jade ahina thakado, I hope 50% of us are youths. Naga unemployed youth to kiman udishe amahan sob jani ase. To idu karni, why other private firms or other private companies are not investing in our land? It's all because of the extortion and everything by our so-called our national workers. Though we Kohima thagado, itu kan holibi do Naga youths kan moram gurbi, Naga youths kan bra a day will come. Aji nisna olawo, pom will plus. Kodeba holibi, pom do plus progress. Do itu gani, a day will come. Many unemployed youths, frustrated youths are there. Do itu gani. I kindly urge state government also, and in partnership with other private firms or Kiki kan holibi do, aro national workers kan holibi, itu kan extortion, illegal taxation, it one do. Aman chutu mutu business guru holibi. Tukan gurina, ek boy na hina tax. Sabi, iti aman tax factions kiman ahina siya. Almost 24 factions are there in Nagaland. So enough is enough. No more factions, and we demand one government, one tax. So, in conclusion, aman yade ahina pani eman girina aro sopra time bigina aman yade mass really brado ahigna fruitful hone gele ikulap nai do itu gani aman yade unity bra as a whole nagas yade ahina se tribes ko kimana se sop yade ahina se do itu gani aman resolve kurubo lage until and unless all the factions come together in one frame, one government, one tax. Government ka ahane gole, aman tax na tumo wena, yade aman, kiman aishe aman ade resolve unna. We shall put into actions. Go into moila kotha go into tunai dese. Thank you so much.
Respected Mr. Chairman, the General Secretary of the Angami Youth Organization, Senior Pastor, Chagasan Baptist Church, Ministers Hill, Kohima, President, Angami Youth Organization, Presidents of different youth organizations from different communities, Naga Students Federation, Eastern Naga Students Federation, Business Association of the Nagas, elders, public leaders, well-wishers, and my dear brothers and sisters gathered here today. I take this privilege and opportunity on behalf of the Pottery Youth Organization. History repeats itself. This is one of such a beginning for many more to come. We have come here for a purpose to remember, a purpose to transform and change the very basic fabric of our society that is hampering the development of the society. I take this moment to thank the Angami Youth Organization for spearheading this public rally against unabated taxation in our state and hampering the developmental activities of our region. We are all aware of the prevailing situation that is going on in our state between Sir Relha, the proprietor of KKP, and the NSNK Kamo Group. He is undertaking a two-lane construction of roads under Meluring subdivision. We fully stand behind him because with this threat, our future, our dream, and our vision is completely crushed. We had high hope and expectation when this construction of road started because we feel the real sense of development through this. We felt a better connectivity in our region in particular and the Nagas in general. We fully condemn the NSNK for issuing the order against the proprietor of KKP and urge them to revoke the standing order in the interest of the Naga society. We are all here today with our hearts united in a collective spirit of peace and understanding. It is in these trials and temptations where differences have led to tension and discord. It is essential for all of us to remember the bonds of unity and the shared heritage that bind us together as brothers and sisters. Our forefathers taught us the basic values of respect, dialogue, and unity. It is upon these principles that we must stand as we navigate these challenges. We recognize the deep-seated emotions and historical context that contributed to the current situation. However, we firmly believe that through open discussion, mutual respect, and communication, we will be able to find a way towards reconciliation and a lasting peace. In addition to this, we must also address the serious concern raised by the Angami Youth Organization. This public rally is to protest against unabated illegal taxation, harassment, intimidation, and death threats faced by the common people like you and me. And for that purpose, I'm sure we are all gathered here today. These issues have threatened the basic fabric of our society and undermined the principles of justice and fairness that we hold dear in our hearts and minds. Let us also not forget the sacrifices made by those before us who envisioned a future where harmony and cooperation would prevail. Their dreams, their aspirations rest in our hands, and it is our responsibility to take a stand and carry forward with wisdom, compassion, and understanding. However, we will not remain as mute spectators when our own brother or sister is being threatened. As we address these internal conflicts and issues, we must also stand firm against any actions or outside interferences that harm our community and our people as a Naga. We also call upon all parties to respect the voices of the people and the legitimate concern of the Angami Youth Organization and stand in solidarity with them as we all face this common issue together. It is crucial for us to work together hand in hand and to remove these illegal practices and ensure the safety and well-being of each and every member of the society. The Pujuri Youth Organization fully support the Angami Youth Organization and will always stand behind them as their brother and sister and work together to remove these social issues and improve the developmental activities of the state. May peace and prosperity be a source of strength for all of us to guide, and also may our collective effort pave a way for a brighter and prosperous Nagaland. Let us honor our forefathers by building a community of peace, respect, justice, and unity. Let us all raise our voice against all these evil practices that is going on in our state. Let us raise our hands and give a helping hand. Let us voice out together and be a source of that strength for someone to get up and fight for our rights together, and may this public rally enlighten us so that we work together hand in hand in the days to come. May God bless us, all of us. May God bless the Angami Youth Organization and all the public leaders and elders gathered here, and may God bless all the leaders so that they can lead the Nagas in general. Thank you.
Mr. Chairperson, Libu Seju, Mr. Christopher Ritu, the President of Angami Youth Organization, the leader of the Nagas, and all the conscience keeper of the Nagas who are gathered here, fighting against social evils. I salute all of you, and I bring warm greetings to each and every one of you on behalf of the Office of Rengma Solusi. Our today's gathering is not against Naga National Movement, but our today's gathering is against multiple taxation, multiple groups imposing taxation upon the people, upon its people. And we are tired. And the reason why we are gathered here is because we cannot be silent any longer. We Rainbow Solution, as a youth organization, we forge and endorse for one government and one tax. And we feel that until and unless our Naga national movement, our different groups come together, until and unless all the Naga civil society come together, our common purpose, our aspiration cannot be fulfilled. In the bygone days, we were told that we bow down our head out of patriotism and out of respect to our national workers. But today, we are scared of them. How can they fight for us if we are scared of them? How can we expect our younger generation to flourish in business, to develop themselves, to develop our land with this multiple taxation? I have never seen in any nation, in any society, in any community with this multiple taxation. Amikan iman tax, iman fraction ke di thakile. How can we develop ourselves? How can we develop our land? In the bygone days, we Nagas, we had only one enemy, we had only one adversary, and we all stood unitedly for the cause of our people. However, today we are very sad to see different fractions, different Naga political groups given birth for the self-interest to earn themselves. Is this called nationalism? Can we forge ahead? Can we achieve our aspiration in this kind of divided and multiple taxations? We Naga youths cannot tolerate this anymore. So can we agree as a one tax, one government agree as a so can this is a testament that we Naga youths, particularly youths who will be inheriting what is happening tomorrow. It is also our responsibility to fight, and that is the reason why we are here today. Itu nimite, itu gathering to, pula lara gathering alat bisna, gathering kuribo, resolution adopt kuribo, kudam kurijawo, power jawo. That should not be the way. But this gathering should be a way forward. Ajiki resolution lo panishe, noveli bi ajiki discussion kurishe, itu practice kurina, again we jaile, ami kan laga. Naga national workers can be, civil society organization who be, through this gathering, inspired I have firm commitment that Naga's aspiration can be achieved if we come together as one united Naga. And we, Rema youth, stand for one tax, one government, one goal, one nation, and one people, and one true God. Ini kahule, ami kan Naga mano, ekinogo aspiration to lui jao paribo. Lastly, but not the least, with the fullest condemnation, ajiki huije, ami kan Naga agami member ekta, responsible citizen ekta ke, that should not continue. Itu continue na kuno lagi, and the youths, Naga youths, ekin wo fight kurina social evils kanto hata boleh lagi kuila itu kudia se. May God bless all of us. Kuknale, thank you.
To continue with the speeches of the PAX youth bodies, We have Mr. Hikabi H. Kinami, President Sumi Youth Organization, Mr. R. John Zilian, President Zilengong Youth Organization Nagaland, and Mr. Tia Longcha, President Dimapur Ao Youth Organization. Please take the time one after the other.
The Sumi Youth Organization, an extended arm of COO, is a conglomeration of Sumi youth coming from diverse background and professions, while also encompassing the Sumi inhabited regions of Upper Assam. Today, on behalf of all the Sumi youth ranging from 18 to 45 years, I bring greetings and extend a solidarity to the Unabated organization and to this August gathering. The coming together of this tribal youth organization is a testament of our unity, solidarity, and resilience. It is imperative for the Sumi Youth Organization to clearly articulate our stance that the Sumis, under no circumstances, endorse or lend our support to any Naga political groups when they deviate from the principle of nationalism and indulge in the activities that jeopardize our life and undermine our inherent right. As a major and intellectual platform, the Sumi Youth Organization is fully aware about the Naga struggles and aspiration. We value and acknowledge the human service rendered by the different Naga political groups. However, the Sumi Youth Organization is resolute in rejecting our actions, any actions or behaviors that is against the thoughts and interests of our Naga people. Apparently, the Naga political issue has become convoluted plot and blame game within the stakeholder, deliberately orchestrated by the stakeholders who are only interested in expecting the maximum gain from the decade-old political talks. Today, the Sumi Youth Organization is conveying a strong message to the stakeholders involved in the Naga political talks, emphasizing that their public patience for prolonged negotiations has reached its limit. It is imperative that the Indo-Naga political talks reach a conclusion promptly and a solution is found without any further delay. The protracted delay in resolving the complex Naga political situation has led to the emergence of various factions significantly impacting Naga societies. And ultimately, it is the public that bears the burden of these consequences. Therefore, in the light of these pressing issues, the Sumi Youth Organization appeals to both Government of India and the Government of Nagaland to expedite the Naga political talks and bring it to a definitive and just conclusion, prioritizing the welfare and future of the Naga people above all else. A timely and fair resolution will not only bring peace and stability to our region, but also pave the way for socio-economic development and the overall well-being of our communities. In conclusion, the Sumi Youth Organization once again unequivocally extend support to the Unabated organization and applause for the painstaking efforts in organizing this rally to take a firm stance against the proliferation of divisive elements. Thank you and good night.
Due to the inclement weather last evening, the trucks couldn't pass the bypass All-Kensi dumping site yesterday. Likewise, there was a heavy traffic jam this morning, we were told. The Zilemrong organization is yet to reach the venue. Likewise, they will be taking the time later. Now I give the time to Mr. Tia Longcha, the President of Dimapur, our youth organization.
Good afternoon, Kohima! Good afternoon, Nagaland! Today, I bring greetings from the office of our youth organization, Dimapur, known as the Dimapur Our Youth Organization or the Dimapur Our Learner Tulumchem. Dayo has released in the press release stands with AYO Angami Youth Organization, shoulder by shoulder. Come rain, come shine, come bullets, come hell, until we reach what we have started, the destination that we can together achieve, and which the Nagas of Nagaland are waiting for. We will ensure that we will move forward together unitedly and achieve our objectives. We thank the chairman for giving Dayo the opportunity to speak today to this Manmohan Guard crowd and to express our solidarity and our move by the youths of Nagaland. Together, silent we will remain no more. And we have enough of all this unabated taxation, illegal taxation, forced extortion. And we would like to thank our AYO president and his colleagues to have spearheaded this people's movement once again. Dayo also knows the story that the olive branch was extended to the NACM Kango, who issued the death threat but was rejected by them. And ironically, this group has given up their armed conflict and have signed the ceasefire with the government of India in the year 2019. Salute to Ino K. Rulo, a true son of the soil, for standing strong against unabated illegal taxation, for standing on all our behalf. And today, you are not alone in this fight. Whoever has gathered here today, as we stand strong, as we stand here today, we are with you. Since the formation of NACN, Naga Socialist Council of Nagaland in 1980, splinter groups have reached almost a dozen, and whose ideology is based on the power that flows from the barrel of a gun. But now, when those barrels are turned against our own brother, against our own people, over extortion, something sinister, something diabolical has happened. And the question is, have we created a Frankenstein monster? Today, let us be reminded of the words of the German Lutheran pastor Martin Niemöller, who was a Nazi regime survivor. He said, and it's quote, in the Holocaust Memorial, which states, "First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Today, we have gathered here to speak out for each other, to stand up for the rights of our inherent rights that has been preserved by our forefathers. Today, I would like to question Sir Lieutenant General Amarjit Singh Bedi. We have seen your press interview over and over again, and you are clearly depicting that you are fiddling with Nagaland when it is burning because of unabated taxation. You do not know the pulse of the people. You do not know the ground realities and the groan of the general public. For the last 4 years, under your chairmanship as the Ceasefire Monitoring Group Chairman, as the Ceasefire Monitoring Supervisory Board, you have commented that we are misinformed in our comments and opinions. Today, as a youth of Nagaland, as a bona fide and a vigilant youth of Nagaland, I would like to clarify publicly on what you have stated. The agreed ground ceasefire ground rules between the government of India and Congo, NSCN, Clause 8 plus Clause E states that the guarders should be confined to their designated camp. You ask any of us coming up from Dimapur, where most of the designated camps are, whether they are in their designated camp, even as of now. This is a mockery. Clause H in the ground rules states that any activity which would disturb the functioning of local and state government and of economic and developmental activity is to be refrained. But sir, when local and government economic developmental activities are happening all over Nagaland, and when some of the signatories are bluntly asking that such activities should be stopped, do you think that they are adhering to the ceasefire ground rules? No! Clause H states, refrain from extortion, forceful collection of money and supplies, and intimidation of individuals, including government officials. It's clearly stated in black and white. But sir, what language is more clear than English that has been stated and has not been followed? This is total hypocrisy. That the fact that a forceful collection of 5 lakhs from a contractor is not enough for a single faction, then what about the remaining 23 or 4 more factions? When will be enough for them? Clause M in your ceasefire ground rule states that no camp will be located in populated area. In Dimapur, most of the designated camps are located in populated civilian areas with full combat gear, ready for battle. Are you challenging the Naga public? You have to answer this question. Have you seen with your own eyes? Are you a witness to the camps? Have you ever visited those designated camps? To speak with conviction. Sir, the designated camps are misused by most Naga political groups to summon people, summon individuals, summon business people, kidnap them, and also set kangaroo courts. Clause 0. 0 to 0 is only 0 people in us. Clause 0 states, uphold the law of the land. Which law are we talking about? There are 3 new laws that has been implemented since the 1st of this August. 1st of July, sorry. But the law of the land is not being abided because the judgment is given by the so-called 24 parallel judicial courts. So where is justice? Where is the rule of law? Sir, is it not jungle law that business people, in spite of paying GST since 2017 to the state and the central government, are asked to pay extra percentages by this dozen of Naga political groups? Sir, lastly but not the least, can you clarify the statement or have misread you, misheard you when you state the statement purely on voluntary contribution? Hey, this is an insult to all the Nagas, to all the intelligence, to all the citizens who have an iota of grace. So, it is an open secret that involuntarily contribution are enforced with pointed guns and barrels who are issued through your cards. So, sir, we appeal to you before rehabilitation, please ensure that those who ever have signed the ceasefire agreement along with the ground rules should be provided for in terms of ration, allowances, and maintenance so that the general public will not be disturbed. So this is a demand from us, and you are answerable for this. As a redeeming grace for you, as you have stated, that as a medium and of the government of India, we want you to upgrade the ceasefire ground rules as your priority at the earliest, to make the review mechanism at Delhi. And we want to tell you that, sir, you are not on a paid vacation in Nagaland. This is Nagaland where the youth has started a war. This is a war zone against unabated illegal taxation. And before the storm erupts, before the storm comes, it is best to amend and rectify. Otherwise, the supreme will of the people will prevail. Nagaland is not only the oldest political conflict in Southeast Asia, but is also having the longest running ceasefire, 27 years from now, which has been celebrated on 3rd of August, just a few days ago. As we know that stagnant water breeds mosquitoes, especially in Dimapur. So also in the past 4 or 5 years of your chairmanship, there has been mushrooming of Naga political groups. Now 24 and still counting. So, before it split further, as asserted by the AYU president, we will no longer allow you to recognize those finger groups who are multiplying like rabbits. Ceasefire should not just be a stopover before reaching its final destination. We would also like to question, for those of you who are here from the Ministry of Home Affairs, Why are you creating so many splinter groups? You have only 5 ceasefires agreement, but there are more than 24 factions and splinter groups. You know clearly, and you have given the legitimacy to these groups, and that is why the unabated illegal taxation is happening, and it is the root cause of this factionalism. Is there an unholy nexus? Or we would like to question you. Is it not a sinister design to plunge the Naga society into a mayhem like in Manipur state? Instead of Act East economic policy being implemented from the west of India, why is it war and destruction being promoted by you? Why is it being allowed to be imported from Myanmar to Mizoram, Mizoram, and to Manipur? The spillover effect of what happened in Bangladesh yesterday, Northeast will not be far off with its problems and its own issues. And the Nagaland state shall not be mute spectator. Do not drag the state of Nagaland and its youth further to chaos or social unrest. Otherwise, a time will come when the youths are willing to sacrifice and make the supreme sacrifice and ensure that there will be a revolution. We will ensure that like a volcanic eruption, when the lava starts melting out, there will be a point of no return. I would also like to state clearly as a conclusion of my speech to the youth of Nagaland, whom I would like to address, to the Home Minister of India, Shri Amit Shah. Do you have it in you to finish off what you have started? If the government, the PMO office, can go abroad and say that peace and tranquility is prevailing in Nagaland, in the Middle East, is it really happening? Do you have a definite roadmap to bring the ceasefire to its logical end? Ceasefire agreements are not an end in itself, but it's a means for solving our Naga political problems that we all know for. For too long, we have been divided by narrow domestic walls, and I appeal to our apex tribal Hoho leaders who are present today that we are behind you. The youths are behind you. The ball is in your court. You have to hear the clarion call, the cries of the general public. Well, they are longing for, you have seen today, by this endless wave of citizens that have come. This represents the voice of the Nagas. We will be silent no more, and we will also not tolerate any brothers who spread dissension among brothers, which is also hated by our Almighty. I find that it is appropriate for me, since the day that I've been asked to give a solidarity message, a poem written by a student of the CH College in Dimapur during the Akot rally of 2017 by one student, Vivili Chopi. I just like to quote an extract from what she has written. And I think it rings well even today, and I would like to read this out. Our land, once so proud and so free, is utterly broken and desolated today. Ravaged not by the dogs of war, but now by our own. of proclaimed leaders and followers, all graced by a greed that knows no bound. Our people have lost their sight, their hearing, and their voice. It has become a land of the deaf, the dumb, and the blind. But God has put me here with a purpose, and here I stand today. And today, in unison, we all stand together as we are standing today. As in the biblical days of Amos, who cried to the Lord and begged the Almighty, I also would like to shout out to all our Naga brothers, let justice roll down like river and righteousness like every flowing stream. May God help us all. Long live Dayo, long live AYO, long live all the Apex Youth Organization of Nagaland, long live the reasoned citizens of Nagaland. May God bless us all, and God bless my dear Nagaland. Kop Nagaland.
Us General Secretary has already informed me that not to have an introduction period. I'll straight go to the point. Whatever I have written here, I'm not going to deliver it in my speech, but I will speak what is there in my mind. And today, representing Zilangrong Youth Organization Nagaland for Beren District, I'll be speaking in Nagamese and in English for the convenience of our publics, because some are quietly coming and telling me that please speak in Nagamese. So half I will speak in Nagamese and half in English for the public conveniences. Before I start my sharing, let me first speak with a great phrase, that is, we must fight for peace bravely as we fought war. Those previous speakers has already shared lots of good messages, phrase, and examples, putting aside with articles even to the central government and even to the state government. Are we simply gathering here as a part of a rally, or are we going to take a decision? That is the first thing we have to question within ourselves. Today is the day where we have to take a decision that we have to fight for. Today we are talking about illegal taxation, excessive taxation. Who has created? We ourselves, we have created all those things. We should not blame on anybody else. We ourselves, we have created to erase all these multiple taxations and excessive taxation within our districts, within our states, and within our towns, and within our community. What are the steps we need to take? We have to make an assignment for this. Today we came here shocked out of our lungs, through the top of our voice. But if we don't put into practical, things will not change. The dark side is just in front of us. When we make decision to achieve today, it is the cause of every individual of our Nagas. Every Nagas has to take the things very seriously. This is the day, this is the time where we have to wake up. It's a wake-up call for all the Nagas. Dear brothers and sisters, the intellectuals of Nagas, let's join hands together to fight for our cause. Just within our community, every year new factions are being born. They proclaim themselves as the freedom fighters. But in reality, who is the freedom fighters? Are we to call them the freedom fighters, or the murderers, or the killers? extortionists. I'm sure American laga ide society de aji ready to be. American laga naga political group sambil mau makan tu tak kibo. Hornbill la biya hobi, bal hobi, sida tu abian koi jumlah lagi. American la district de, American ide jasa se kolo. Pisa kuri la laga bi ide taxation aibla sudo. Lithin gold bi taxation aibla sudo. No, that is the reality. Excessive taxations. Why the leaders, why have they not moved forward regarding on this? Aji American naga political issues. More than 20 plus factions are here within our state. Itu handle, are they really a freedom fighters? Or their motive is to extort within the public? Now we have all the sad realities within our district. I being from the Jinandong community, when my own leaders are also being murdered because of the Naga political groups. Can I call them the Naga political groups? Are freedom fighters? If you really think of yourself, think of the brave leaders who have sacrificed for the sake of our land. Not that today you become a political party, become any type of faction, extort from the public, makes the poor public, American poor public, and keep on being suffering. Because of extortionists, American keep on being price high. The poor public can come down over the Pachako. Since from the very beginning, we were been saluting, we were been respecting them. When our political groups there was a time when they have abrogated ceasefire. If they really think themselves as freedom fighters, abrogate ceasefire, fight for the cause of our Nagas. Under the shelter of ceasefire, give not be American Naga, it affection to like Ignase. Act affection over, no sal over, Happy New Year, act affection. Happy New Year, act affection. Happy New Year of Gift Hasani Gaganaga. They don't give affection over American over there. Political issue, like on freedom fighters, stay in your own designated game. Public domain there, with sophisticated weapons. Then you do beat up like a kick on my side. Yet the guard could have not get. I might be harsh, but I have to speak the truth. As the saying goes, speak the truth, that the truth will set you free. We have to speak the truth. Among Macho of course, there are some leaders. We have seen them also. But majority of the Naga political groups, their interest to extort public torture political interest sideways half to create credible. I'm not assistant global. And also I want to send a strong message even to the state government. I mean the state government, the present state of the state government, be taken me to be wake up for nothing. They have to understand the state government to work. Talks to us. When they be taken combined curriculum motivation like. I mean give a fiction public can look at the bit I can say it. Didn't they? American look at the organized curriculum. Practically implementation of a print media, social media, we want one solution. What solution to Abang one takes one government to Lake. Practical implementation to at times, what I want to speak of, what I want to send a message even to the politicians. I'm not the election to be Janiasudo. Why the politicians? At times, why they are using the factions for any of the political campaigns. Ano, really tidak lagi bukan guru berapa itu. Itu berapa mau guru asal. Really dia asal itu. Aman itu kami guru berapa itu. Every election day, naga political groups anje, lo ingin China taken guru berapa. Tribalism ulama, faction dia use করিব ফ্রিডম ফাইটার্স তো আমার মাজতে ইটো ট্রাইবেলিজম দে নইলে আমার মাজতে ইটোতে ইনভলভ করিবলে কি কাম আছে ফাইশন আছে করে তো নেচার লাভ দিছিকিনি টেকেন কোদে আছে তার চপ চপ হইবি পাবলিক কান লোকদে অফিস কান দে কন্ট্রাক্টরস কান দে ইটো পয়সা জীবন করিবলে লাগা শরম নাই আপনি হান লাগাই দিও তুমি হান লাগাইছিবি কোন আছে না নাই একবার ব্লেড ধরে না কাটি যাবি না কোন লাইছি বলে তো শরম পাবি পাবলিক আপনি আমাকে সাপোর্ট করা লাগাতো আমি হানকে মরাই দিবি আমি হানকে কিডন্যাপ করিবি আমি হানকে পয়সা ডিমান্ড করিবি দিয়া নাই বলে তো আমি হানকে মরাব কইনা আমি হান ভাষা লাগানো হইলো এতিয়া তো আমি হান এতিয়া জাস্ট ইন এ ফ্যামিলি ম্যাটার কোদা কোদা বাবা আমার ব্রা বাচ্চা খান না সমঝাদে समझाला हम नमाने नमने बाजा हमरा बाबा मामा के पैसा मांगे नमने अंडरग्राउंड असली की उठा असुदो ना जबरदस्त मांगे नमने अपनी भी अंडरग्राउंड असली की बोले बाबा मामा पर जवाब दी दो साबिना अमेरिका लोगों ने की कुरिया से and the second point American naga political issue लगा भी इबान धीरे हुआ तो central government तो अमेरिका के clear अपने American the stakeholders who are here within our district, Amihan Robi, same Takanaga, take this down, Takana take this down, Giria today. Amani to Tarim again. Now, Amihan India present scenario Lagaman Sasi Kudo. Sabina, give one me business establishment Laga, Tade, factions can involve Kurigase. Business Laga and Kiban involve Kurigase. Every contract there, factions get in charge Lagaba. Amanu ala khantu phal laga manu nai amni khan bhi nijor laga topics to samle laga time hoise ido bra amni khan la agi the speaker san ko laga do ami repeat na guri dibo kile mane amen se topic de repeat guri bi ase oile bi ta khan ko bla poria khan to abi koi dia la ase ido kane abi ko isna amni khan aji jama yede pura laga do American laga time to waste kuri nahi de jama kora laga do American aji ekta decision to hobe lage and the naga political parties concerning amya particular basis kora na will be shock ke koi dia ase American youth khan laga mundo imane khilbidai koi nei to jalai dia ase let peace be the last warning to all the naga political parties kumba khan aro murder kuri le mun thakan kidnap kuri le mun thakan paisa mangi ne demand kuri le mun thakan aji ami khan laga message to apne khan laga kande sobse bitor da hali lobi koi ne jana dia ase all the naga political groups this is our message anything happen within our jurisdiction ami khan laga district or ami khan laga state by any of the naga political groups to any of the citizens of our state, American, not Chanibo, Amado, Idumado, Amihami, Pierre Purado, enough wish it way that Chayase, that should Takalaga, Munde Rakibi, Kande Rakibi, Wade, Amadito Mrs. Patiase, Aro. Take the last step when you love as long as we exist, American Naga Maluhan, American Azihwe, yet the excessive taxation Nagas will it be? Our Nagas, time to join hands together, time to forget and forgive the mistake that we started, American Majuti. At times in our time to Igla American Karapuri in Aban Naga Naguri, will it be? American Majuti, public son, Asian Busibra, Asian Gear, Asian Tribe, Asian Gear. Itu lah kami akan compromise lah time which is reformation kita lah time which is jadi. Namun itu tribalism kami kan logo tu bisi tidak dikit bahasa itu kerana kami kan hak curi kena mun bila puru ini awalan deh kami kan logo tu parah kan itu dah asal itu kerana let kami kan aji lah program ini dah berapa stepping puri kena kami kan aji jam dah paribo begini Abi last time abi apna ke request kuri dia ase abi ekta slogan kuribo we want kole tu American peace sok manu pobre koi na kan tim bang kribo koi ne mi request pura se we won thank you everyone kok name.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the speeches to be delivered by the Apex Tribal Youth Tribal Youth Bodies. Moving ahead for the solidarity message, to which, once again, I request the speakers to stick to the allotted time of 7 minutes each. We have the Apex Student Body of the Naga Students Federation, the speech to be delivered by the General Secretary of NSF, Chumban Kobu, and also the Apex Student Body of the Eastern Naga people, the speech to be delivered by the Vice President, ENSF, Sefiku Sangchan. Please take the time one after the other.
Thank you so much, Chairperson. In order to save time, I will not address one by one, but respected IO President, Mr. Christopher Leju, leaders, elders, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I bring you all a warm greetings from the good office of the Naga Student Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you all on behalf of the Naga Student Federation to address the matter of grave concern that threatens the very fabric of our society. The recent outrage threat of capital punishment issued by the NSCN Gay Congo to a member of Angami Youth Organization is an act that we as Naga must unequivocally condemn. Such act of intimidation and violence has no place in our Naga society. They undermine the unity and peace that we as a Naga have strived for generations to achieve. We must remember that our strength lies in our unity, our resilience, and our collective commitment to justice and the rule of law. We commend the Angami Youth Organization for its courageous stance in the face of these menaces. The IO's resolve to stand up against such trade is not only a testament to their principles, but it is also an inspiration to all the conscious peoples committed to justice and the rule of law. Today, Naga Student Federation express our profound distress and condemnation over the incident, and we stand in full solidarity with them. We echo their goals for unity and peace among the Naga people at this crucial juncture. It is imperative that we discourage any form of attitude or divisive action that threatens our communal harmony. Naga Student Federation also urges all the fiction and organizations to engage in a constructive dialogue and cooperation. it is through understanding and respect that we can resolve our differences and work towards common goals. We must foster an environment where every voice is heard, where every concern is addressed, and where every individual feels safe and valued. The challenges that confront the Naga people are numerous and complex, yet I firmly believe that we can overcome them through solidarity, mutual support, and a steadfast commitment to our shared value. We must remember that our true enemy is not each other, but the forces of division, fear, and injustice. Ladies and gentlemen, let us stand together as one people, united in our pursuit of peace and justice. Let us reject violence and intimidation in all forms. Let us work together to build a future where every Naga can live in dignity and security, where our children grow in a society that values unity, respect, and mutual understanding. Thank you so much. I invite you to this podium in that short solidarity message. God bless you. God bless us all. Thank you so much. Kumnam.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Mr. Chair, distinguished member of the upcoming youth organization, led by its president, esteemed guests and fellow citizens gathered here today. At every outset, I bring warm greetings from the office of the Eastern Naga Students Federation. As we gather here today under a solemn sky, united by our shared commitment to justice, dignity, and the well-being of our community, I feel honored to address you on this matter that strikes at the heart of our society in the light of unvetted illegal taxation, harassment, intimidation, and the death threats inflicted upon common people by various Naga political groups. The Eastern Naga Student Federation is caught off guard by recent incidents of death threat and physical assault committed by certain Naga political groups. It is the most recognized form of intimidation in a Christian state like Nagaland. The traits of the intimations and the design to silence the voice of the right-thinking citizen of the state and instill fear and hopelessness in our mind and in our thoughts. Today, the illegal taxation imposed by different Naga political groups is not just a financial burden, especially in the Eastern Nagaland area where the region is reeling under the names of trust for the basic development activities. The Federation is deeply concerned about the impact of this illegal taxation in an already struggling region, as it is the important and the need of an hour for the region of the Eastern Nagaland. The Eastern Nagaland Federation also blamed the government of India. We blame the government of India for the delay in reaching a solution with a Naga political group. The never-ending dialogue has created an environment with extortion, illegal taxation, harassment, intimidation, and death threats to our own Naga brothers. The continued divide and rule policy of the government of India is delaying Naga political talks while simultaneously recognizing numerous factions in a direct crime inflicted upon the Nagas. This technique has created undue burden upon the general public. The government of India must be sincere in its commitment to solve the ongoing Naga political issue at the earliest possible time. Ladies and gentlemen, as a concerned member of the Naga community, it is our collective responsibility to voice out against the illegal taxation, harassment, intimidation, and death threats perpetrated by some Naga political groups. In a bid to realize our common stand, it requires our joint venture through action that demonstrate our unwavering commitment to justice, equality, and human rights. It is to fight for the rights and dignity of every individual, for justice and for soul of our community. Together we can build a society where justice prevails, where every voice is heard and every life is valued. To supplement my speech, I would also like to appeal to all the Naga communities, north, south, east, and west, to support one another in times of needs and bereavement of any form. Be it against oppressed forces within the Nagas or within from the outside. Since our state is a tribal state, there should be an equal sharing in employment justice, development justice, or the particular cause of Eastern Nagas or the race of the Nagas. Since the time immemorial, Nagas have stood together as brothers and sisters, and where any injustice befall upon any community, we should not be shy away from lending a helping hand for the matter. Which is to come, but it is said, mentioned that early spirit of brotherhood, to our forefather has maintained, is not seen in the present context of our Naga society. Remember, peace and unity is a cornerstone of progress, and only through collective effort and solidarity we can hope to achieve the last peace and justice to our people deserve.
situation of Nagas. Many people out here will know and many people will not know. But the very formation of business association in the year 2030 was the reason that has come out to fight against the illegal, unabated taxation upon the Naga businessmen. We have not forgotten our leaders, our tall leaders who have lived in the past, and also in all fields, their sacrifices they have made with the blood also. So we have high respect and regard for them. But today, we know that we Nagas, we are living in a very complex situation with complex problem. Kiba bahal kotha koile bhi problem, kotha no koile bhi problem. We don't know. Now, we have been hated for being real. Usa kotha bole aru biya pai. Aru kotha no koile we are being loved. Bhal lage we can misa koile. We youths, we should not forget the power of the public. When we rise up, what we can do, what will happen next. In the way back 2017, that was in the issue of ULB election. Public can protest youths police are fighting the Murabshide. And aftermath, what has happened? We have forgotten that. CM, the Chief Minister of the state also stepped down. And like what our brother Tia Longcher has said, Aji, Bangladesh tiki hoye se. Ki huishe kali. The Prime Minister, Mrs. Hasina, Sheikh Hasina, resigned version. It was a spark, small spark that has come out, started from the students in their universities. They were protesting against 30% of the reservation quotas being given by the government to the 1971 veterans. And the state government declared youth come into thick line reservation quota. That is khara hua ki hoise. Ek mahina bhi hol nahi. It has been almost 1 month of the protests that you have been seeing in social medias. Aji to Prime Minister resigned hoise. India de aina ase ko ase. Aru ite aru piche de time bahar de jagah pare. Today, it is the bitterness. We all have gathered here. And we should take this as a blessing, being organized by Angabi youth organizations. Angabi youth was it is not about a tribal or it's not a particular youth organization. It is for all Nagas. We should understand that. We know today that we are living in a failed generation with oppositionless government, failed economy, and before it is being cursed. Forget about our generation. Generation but I hope everyone will agree here who has come. We are more concerned about our future generation, which is yet to come. We can talk big things. We can have Nagaland, we can have district, particular district, UN organization Bhutani Guru Pare. Kali Dimapur Day, Naga Manohan, it was Dilai get part for Sabito. Lahorijan get part for Rubido. Apni Khan Nijor Janibo. কি আছে ৰিয়েল নাগা ভ্যালুজ স্পিৰিট তো কি আছে জানিব ইয়াতে আইছি কলে তো মই খানা জায়গাতে তো ট্রাইবেলিজম কি মানুহ আছে লোখা মানুহ আছে আংগামী আছে আও আছে কন্যাক আছে ইয়াতে গুৱাহাটীতে যাবে আসামতে যাবি আরে অলপ নাগা বেস কোয়ালিটি অন স্ট্রিট নাগা মানুহ আছে এক্সটেন্ড পৰা আও মানি নিচিনা আছে ইউ ফিল গুড ইউ গো টু দিল্লী কি নাগা আহি যায় দ্য স্পিৰিট এজ আ নাগা তাতে গ্ৰুবলে পাৰে আছে কলে কিলে আজি মই খানা জাগাতে ইতে কৰিব না পাৰে I want to question that. Firstly, as far as business thing is concerned, service after 14 years of my service in the Indian Army, maybe first generation business Asia. And that's how 5 years I've been struggling, and I can understand our upcoming Nagas startups. Bahar plain manu khanote competition bishi ditar ba kori ase paisa na thake na start kora ase we are struggling confused with GST bi ki ase mo na jane sikhi ase balance sheet kan banawole loan EMI karawole kina loan logo man that donation budget market se dimapur te sab monopoly hoise syndicate system sab items te bhorta hoise Aro, we can know, moi kala naga army la text to kiba nahi thage business kora manu tai khane jani thagibo tai khane pinch pai thagibo aro itu laga bitote moi kala national workers tam moi kala own nagarism which our leaders have clearly stated moi kala manu moi khan ke death threat dibo death sentence dibo itu to moi khan to hunabi na huna je na jana hoise when we are really busy to make our own pet palibo karne ghore maki bachan ye sabo karne itu karata de we have gone far inside moi khan na jana hoise lekin ka itu bidon manan number moi khan ke overpower condition and that is I think that is our fault. When we are not strong, when there is no unity, when we are busy fighting for our tribalistic, itu khun laga ajikal ka tribal bhi no hoy, tate clan laga de tadi jai se kusi se, moi to itu clan ase, moi Longchar ase, moi Sudur ase, moi Jemir ase, Zimomi ase, Yathomi Chishi. Kunbel banai ase to. Aro bhalona saishi kule moi khan laga youths, moi khan laga generation. There is a problem, very big major problem. Moi khan laga bacha laga generation ajikali youth. We don't know how to respect our elders. Tamur laga generation khan ke respect rona na jana hoise. Moi khan to mid age te thaga to moi khan laga bura baba khan laga generation kan mi dikhina hoise. Moi khan laga ke bacha khan ke na uthi ase it be clearly closely observe kunai ase. Then we are shocked. Bacha khan youth khan ke na tamur khan laga blessing na paile moi khan ke na age jao ki sikhi bole parbo and then at the same time I also want to request our elders baba khan uncle khan damor khan ke moi khan na bacha generation kan ke bar rasta dikhai dibi when I sikai ase bal leaders ka laga jaga na thaga hoise dia students affairs ki will be youth affairs ki will be court organization ki will be bahar leader kan na dikhao ja I'm not trying to say all leaders are bad will be it is all handpicked. We need to change our mindset. Yedi bar dimag par change karo lage. Remove all this tribalistic mentality. And for God's sake, we have to unite. Human problem with it is not that we don't know. We are all educated people, intellectual. Root of our problem, problem problem. So we should, at this juncture, we should all come together, all youths from all communities. Let's not be narrow-minded. Ajikali to moikana nijorla manu leaders can be. Isorla namno loi thage noelebi isor ki bhoi la thaka hoiso. Apni moikani ki sorom khabo. Ki bhoi khabo. Moikana church religious leaders can be ki sorom khabo. Isor ki bhoi la thaka hoise. So we should all, if I think that we are leaders, we'll have to fear God first, ask for wisdom, and then continue doing good without fear and fight for our rights. So the future is in our hand. Agela in the Kia some leaders can give with the Afghan some Janias. Kali Kotapra Nogurna, Kali in a platform there. Kotapuena, Jaijala, Hunina Jaijala, Noina. Start Kurbalage. If we really want to bring change, it will start from you and me. Moikalaga Chukabra start Kurbalage. I know how hard is it to convince our parents. Moikalaga Baba mentality convince Kublikiman Pitaragi to the Moikandi Bijase. Ajikali la problem like I say, Chutukan, Damorla Kota, Namani, Damurkan, Ni Chutu Manuanaga, Bachana Kotana Manina. This is where Moikan complexity issue was a complex. So let us not miss this opportunity. And today, Business Association of Nagas strongly stands with Unabated organization in the fight against unabated illegal taxation and imitation and debt threats to the common people. Thank you very much.
A very good afternoon to Kohima. This is a public rally, not speakers rally. And I want to hear the participation of our Kohima, the citizens of Nagaland, to participate in this rally. Let me call up Nagaland. Long live, okay? I'll say long live Nagaland. Let's all stand up and voice out what is deep inside our heart. Long live! Long live! Longer! Long live! Long live! Long live! Long live! Wonderful. I'm not supposed to give the greetings, but I thank the Almighty God for this wonderful day. Now we have a very blissful evening, afternoon, and we are all aware that why we are gathered this day today here in Kohima. It will not be just on my part if I speak in English, because of the fact that today we are in a social media age, we are in an electronic media age, and I'm also aware that there are hundreds of people who have not been able to come to this rally. I want to speak in Nagames. We are here. Amikan yeti jama kurado. Amikan laga. Sri Rolo ke. Capital punishment. Diwo koikeno babu. Enough is enough. Koikeno naga manupra. Hala kurado. Evoya brai bunidi gena. Into host bunidi gena. Amikan drives kiman ase Kohima te. Khali Kohima no gena.
rest of Nagaland Army Jana Nijo Laga Army Confederation of Nagaland Chamber of Commerce. Army Khan Laga 16 district chambers ase. Army Khan business body Laga members from various states are. Why? Because this suffering has become too much for us to bear. I want to thank KOIO for this wonderful platform, for calling the rally, for letting us together this manner to express the deep, the inside, the pain in our heart. Already, chairman, 5 minutes extra speaker.
Hello, mic test, mic test. Welcome back. Itu Taxation Ajila Kohima de conduct public rally, unabated illegal taxation, harassment, intimidation, aro death threat kanla opore. Ita Mohan laga report ke Christiano ke holo de connect crew studio wara. Akre. Hello Akre. Hello Akre, awas suni asna? Akre आवाज सुनी आसे नहीं Akre अपनी ला आवाज ना है दे अपनी ओलो हेलो Akre
My call is on hold.
Okay Akre I can hear you Akre I can hear you Akre I can hear you now
Call
Akre, am I audible? Yes, Akre.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, Akre,
Yes, I can hear you. Hoy.
Mohange, can you tell us, Aju, whether Iman Biadevi, there was a huge crowd, Manu Bishi Aishe, Aro Ajila public rally la opode, apni first of all, Mohange, details, Aro updates, Diwole Parwo.
Hoy. Aji Moikan, Aji laga program laga kotha na kuria agere. First, Kole Monjado, July 20 de, ki hoishe, itu site kurle monase. Aro July 20 de Angami contractor ekjon KKB real ho laga proprietor pra claim kura hisab hole to GPR and NSCN khango khan pra tai ke poisa mangi she koise aro itu poisa mangi to tai do tai khan ke itu amount to na diwe na koi ja do tai khan pra tai ke capital punishment tahan la demands kan bi fulfill corona para garne bi capital punishment kan bi threaten itu la nam loi gene tai ke threaten kuri jala bi thagise aro aji yare ayo la president bra hoili bi kwado ekjon bra max ase koi gena tai bra hi contractor ke kotha kan bi kuria laga bi janai dise to regarding that issue aji yare ayo Angami Youth Organization kan bra head kuri gena aji ekta protest rally lo ase aro itu protest rally de Angami Youth Organization kan bra host kurise hoilibi inega hoilibi alag tribes kan man itia major dikhya kan do Angami Sema aro ao kan hoilibi bishibi ahine thagya dikhi pa ase alag tribes kan bi ahine ase lotha han bi kuma bi dikhi ase aro alag tribes kan bi ahine thagyole pari traditional attires lagaine thaga do majority Angami lotha ao aro Sema kan bi ahi gena itu program attend kura labi dikhi pa ase Kohima village complex laga usore to aji hoile to program 11 de shuru kurise aro mon saigene jaile to rasta hoile to yare Kohima laga main area re hoile to pura puri itu program thaki ja karne hi manuhan ahi gena gari khan bi fly kurule na dishe aro itu district administration kan bra hoile bi public ke bi ina ekta protest rally ekta lobole bi permission dia laga bi mon itia dikhi pa ase to aji laga starting address to kun bra koise kurishe koile to AYO Angami Youth Organization laga president bra kuria laga ase mohan moi ekbar kun ahi gene ase taigan laga tribe aro nam khan hoilibi koi diwo ENSU itu Eastern Naga Students Federation bi ahi gene bag loise aro moi khan youth organization alag tribe la koile do lotha khan bi aise Pochuri Rengba Sumi Zelengrong aro au Dimapur au youth organization kan bi ahia dikhi paise to aji laga starting laga itu address to ayo laga president Brahi Mohan kotha kuria dikhi paise otai pra statements very strong statements kuma dishe hoile bi ekta bishi important ekta highlight kuribole monja hoile do sorry taibra announce kuise that at least 18 workers Angami Manu laga bitore 18 Manu Angami Manu NSCN GPR nen Khango laga faction de ase koise hoili bi tai kan bi itu issue do inega thakya tak to tai kan laga itu faction prabi ulai ja ase koi gen bi ayo laga president prabi itu aji laga program de formally announce kura laga bi dikhi paise 18 Angami workers who are in the GPR and NSCN Khango tai kan bi itu ulai jeshe itu faction pra hoili bi aro ayo pra janai dia hisab hole tai la president pra janai dia hisab hole do kun ke hoile bi itu business manu kuria khan na itia hi gene youth la programs khan attend kora kun ke khan ke hoile bi itu faction pra threaten kura dikhile do itu do direct Angami manu ke challenge kuria laga hisab te lobo koi gene bi janai dishe to mohan aro alag ekta jani gene jaile do tai khan pra kwa hisab hoile do itia tak bi sai gene ahia do taxation do sob bi tai khan itu free will pra dia la no hoi gena majority taxation do forced ase aro itia tak bi manuhan free will project ale do taxation pra kun bi etu free will aro krishi pra dia la do bishi komti hoi jaise guse aro tai pra kwa ekta demand koile do tai pra kwa do itu ceasefire laga monitoring group ke hoile bi tai laga chairman ke bi tai ra ekta address dia do itia do inega extortion de involve kura aro illegal activities te itu han bra UGs can involve hoile do itu NIA National Investigation itu tai khan pra hi itu laga case to handle kuribole kuri jabo lagi koi gine bi tai pra janai dishe aro tai pra janai dia ekta hole do itu kan poila laga forefathers kan bra itu movement do shuru kora do tai khan itia laga manu khan do iniga ekta movement de punchi wole tai khan expect kuria no hoi goise aro itu future de hole bi inega kuri gene jaile do sob manu bi bishi duk pawole laga bi janai dishe aro tai khan pra kwa do itu contractor ke ina poisa khan bi mangya do sob youth organizations kan aine kotha kura khan bi fully condemn kura la bi dikhi paise holi bi ade ekta bishi notable statement ekta dia do itu Dimapur Au Youth Organization laga President Tia Longchar pra holi bi bishi itu very strong statements dia laga bi huni paise in fact tai pra itu 2019 de GPRN NSCN Khango pra government of India logore ceasefire sign kra la tai pra clause kunba bi puri dise aru itu ekta clause hoile do clause H de likhi gine ase extortion nakuriwo lagi koi gine holi bi tai pra janai dia hisab hoile do opposite to that tai kan itia itire thaki ase itu de extortion de do fully thaki ase kusha aru tai pra dusra ekta mention kra hoile do clause ekta de hoile do tai kan UGs kan aro NSCN GPRN Khango kan hoile bi tai kan laga camp kan to itu general mass na manu majority ko de crowded ase tare tai kan da camps kan put up na kuro ko sholi in contradiction to that many factions tai kan la camps kan do hole do town areas kan do hole especially Dimapur de hole bi inia camps kan hole bi put out kuri gene set up kuri gene manuan iku na hwa nishna bui thakya la bi tai koise aru tai pra itu ceasefire monitoring board ke bi ekta question kurado chairman ke kwado tai khan naga manula sentiments logore khilias ni gi koigina ekta itu chairman ke bi question kuria laga bi dikhi paise Dimapur Au Youth Organization laga president prabi aru tai pra janai dia hisab ekta hoile do tai khan do angami manu laga terms eklare na koina hoile bi itu UGs kan sob laga terms te hoile bi aru general naga public laga terms te hoile bi tai pra ekta statement dia hisab hoile do sob manu bi itia do khara kurule time hoise aru tanbi ta la recent press release itu laga NSCN GPRN Khango khan laga action condemn kra hoy homoi tahan ra ekta statement dia do itia na kurile kitia kuribo hoigina ekta question dia do itia bi itu ajibi inega ekta question kra laga bi dikhi paise youths khan hoile bi man lotha youth organization puchuri or youth organization khan bi sob bi ahigine condemn kure aru tai khan in no way inega extortion khan garne stand na kure hoigine bi tai khan ekta bi statement khan bi digine ase yo ke Krijanyo back to you
akre apni kwal nishna aji speech dia do 7 manu speech dishe from different tribes tahan representative satta thaise to tahan la speech tahan sob kotha kwala hisab de was there any common ground regarding this public rally today
hoy tai khan bra kwa si moi khan ekta bishi important ekta yede janiwo lagya hole do ekta manu khan bi look forward kura do changes iku na hile do itu ahya din khan de huli protest kuribole laga na aru bi shutter down kuma kuribole laga public kumba do itu labi huni bole bi bapna kuri thagise bole bi aji karne hoile do inia iku ayo khan bra bi angami youth organization khan kun hoile bi aji karne do itu do announce kura laga do dikhya nai bole moi janai dia nishna tai khan ekta common ground stand kura hoile do tai khan extortion karne khara na kuribo koise aru ekjon youth leader ekjon pra janai dia hisab hoile do itu angami au Dimapur Au Youth Organization laga president pra janai dia hisab hoile do itia ceasefire de thakya government logore ceasefire de thakya factions kan government lo ceasefire de thakya do Nagaland de hi sobse itia lamba ceasefire de jai thakibo koise aru tai pra janai dia hisab hoile do ekta bi aru strong comment to ki thagise hoile do itia laga UGs khan hoile bi bishi hoi jase aru year by year bishi hoi thaga nishna taxation khan bi bishi increase hoi jase koise aru tai pra au khan labi aru moi itia bi aru state kra hoile bi Mr. Tia pra kwa hisab hoile do tai pra UGs khan ke ahi gena manu laga bitore tai khan la ration na tai khan itu national movement karne fight kure ase koina paisa manu la hat pra loala na kori gine tai pra request na ekta opinion ekta put forward kura hoile do itia do center pra hi na government pra hoile bi UGs kan la hoile bi tai khan nijor hi NNPGs kan hoi ta khan nijor hi ration karne bi provide kuri kine public khan ge paisa public khan la side pra do paisa lowle na di jabi koi gine ekta ina bi request kura la bi dikhi paise moi khan itia ahi gena walk through kuribo program khan do khatam hoi jase itia karne ta khan closing dia ase ayo laga leaders kan pra bi itu karne moi khan acha mohan itia first memorandum puri ase itu arne mohan after the memorandum arun live jao hili first ek bar joine public kan gyoli viewers kan gyoli itia la memorandum do ek bar huni ole dio
organize the platform likewise today as our president has stated the IO is not taking the credit but we have organized these and likewise the apex tribal youth bodies of all the Naga tribes in Nagaland coming together. As particular request to all the Ngamis, shall you all give a big round of applause to all those organizations, student affairs bodies, and business communities supporting us. This is the need of the hour, as our president has also assured that. For the Naga cause, if any Naga tribe or youth body organized to walk forward, then we are there. Once again, shall we all give a big round of applause for this public rally? The memorandum, which I'll be reading out, will be submitted to the Honorable Governor. The President of IU and the IU colleagues will be accompanying, but for today, the lunch has been prepared at the office of the Unabated organization between All India Radio Office and BSNL, sorry. So to which I request the President and colleagues of all the apex bodies, Students Federation, ENSF and NSF, and also the Business Association of Nagas and CNCCI, the President and colleagues, to all join us for the lunch, and also the media persons to join us for the lunch at IU office. A lunch is also being arranged for all the officials of the 4 ranges of the Angami, the federating units of IU, SAYO, NAYO, YO, and CYO, and also the IU volunteers, the Creek Pelicro members. Please join us for the lunch right after this rally. As for the memorandum, only the IU officials will be going, as it is going to be signed by us. But before that, we don't have an apex body of the Naga apex tribal youth bodies in Nagaland. All of you gathered here. It is your opinion, and if you can give a mandate that the Naga youth bodies, the tribal youth bodies should come together to raise a united voice, and can you raise your right hand? Today, this IU cannot initiate, but we will bring all the tribal youth bodies for a discussion to carry on. The memorandum Office of the Angami Youth Organization, Headquarters, Kohima, Nagaland. Memorandum against unabated extortion and harassment of common people by Naga national political groups. Submitted on this day, the 6th of August 2024. Public rally organized by the Angami Youth Organization. To the Honorable Governor Rajbhavan Kohima, Nagaland. Honorable Sir, we are sure that you are briefed by various agencies at your disposal, and also through the news about the illegal activities being committed blatantly by armed groups in Nagaland, much to the dismay of the general populace. The most recent case being the capital punishment threat issued to a local contractor of Nagaland on account of forced taxation by the GPRN and NCN Kampu group, who are currently under ceasefire with the government of India. This case is just the tip of the iceberg, as there are many such cases which have not been brought into the public domain. Taking this opportunity, we would like to lay a few points for your perusal and immediate remedial measures. Point number 1. Whereas it is clearly mentioned in the ceasefire ground rules mutually agreed upon by the government of India and the various groups of the NNCN that the latter shall refrain from any activity which would disturb economic and developmental activities as well as essential services. Clause 7 of ceasefire ground rules. Number 2. Whereas it has been mutually agreed upon by the government of India and the various NSCN groups which are in ceasefire agreement with the center that the groups will refrain from extortions, foreseeable collection of money, and supplies of intimidation of individuals, including government officials. Clause 11 of the ceasefire ground rules. Whereas, number 3, whereas the onus of enforcement of the ground rules has been vested with the government of India and that contentious issues relating to implementation of the ground rules will be resolved by a ceasefire supervisory board or ceasefire monitoring group. Point number 4. Whereas there may be cessation of armed conflicts between security forces and the Naga national political groups. After signing of these agreements, extortion and forcible collection of money from all business enterprises have been carried out with impunity, and the public is facing the brunt with prices of even essential commodities skyrocketing. Number 5. Whereas the GPR and NNCN Congo Group has gone to the extent of even issuing death penalty for not succumbing to their illegal demands. Number 6. The GPR and NNCN Congo Group has also issued a directive to all contractors under the purview of IU, implying all Angami contractors to immediately cease activities and demobilize their manpower and machinery currently deployed across other districts in Nagaland. Number 7. Now, whereas the public is utterly fed up with the activities of these armed cutters, it may not be long before an armed public take on these armed cutters, resulting in a civil unrest which will have worse implications and results than that of the prevailing situation in a neighboring state. We, the signatories of this memorandum, keeping in mind the interests of the state and the country as a whole, demand that A. The government of India strictly enforces the ceasefire ground rules in letter and spirit by ensuring the cadres of the groups adhere to the agreed ground rules. B. The state government takes necessary action to protect its citizens and assert its authority if any such acts of coercion takes place. C. The government should ensure that armed groups cease and desist immediately their activities of intimidation and extortion in the name or guise of donations. D. The armed cutters be confined to their designated games and prohibited to move around with arms in civilian areas. E. The government of India should stop legitimizing splinter groups by recognizing them if it wants an early settlement of the Indo-Naga problem. F. The international abrogation of the ceasefire rules by the GPR and NNCN Congo Group by way of issuing death threat and openly intimidating the common people is not only a violation of the ceasefire norms, but also a violation of human rights. We demand that the ceasefire monitoring group immediately take befitting action against this group if it fails to take corrective measures. By point number 1 of the demand in point F, that 1. Withdrawal of the capital punishment issued by GPR and NNCN Congo Group. 2. Withdrawal of the directive issued to all contractors under the purview of IU, implying all Angami contractors to cease activities and demobilize their manpower and machinery currently deployed across other districts in Nagaland. And G. In the event of any recalcitrant group continue violating the ceasefire ground rules, the ceasefire monitoring group should abrogate the ceasefire with such group. Also, the concerned members should be strictly booked under the National Security Act of 1980. The Angami Youth Organization is a civil organization, but we will not hesitate to protect our people at any cost. However, we firmly believe in the responsibility of the government to protect the well-being of its citizens, and we trust that the government will take all necessary actions. We therefore urge you to consider our representation with the utmost importance and urgency. Sincerely, Kasosol Christopher Lutu, President Angami Youth Organization, and Nidili Josecha, General Secretary Angami Youth Organization. Copy to the Home Minister Nagaland for information and necessary action, the Chief Secretary for information, the Principal Secretary to Honorable Chief Minister for kind intervention, the Director General of Police for necessary information and intervention, the Home Commissioner for necessary action, and the Chairman, CFMG or CFSB for immediate intervention. The copy will be submitted to be forwarded, shared with the media persons right after we submit it. So thank you, likewise thank you everybody once again for having come here to be part of this historic public rally. We assure you that this is not the end, but this is going to be the beginning of a brighter Naga future. Thank you, Kuktawe.
We are the change.
All the delegates once travel a bit, we'll have a photographic session here.
Ladies and gentlemen, together we can achieve greatness and a peaceful Nagaland. Thank you so much for turning up. With that, we formally wind up this public rally. Here is an announcement. Ekta Janani Diase, Ekchon Laga wallet, bearing Aadhaar card name, Nyo.
Itu takshe ajila public rally laga live session. Ita mohan laga reporter luole aro connect kru. Hello Akre. Hello Akre,
Yes,
am I
yes.
audible? Yes Akre.
Yeah.
Can you please give us a walkthrough of what you're on spot right now?
Oh yes, yes. One memorandum can be puri teacher. Itia one citizens can program attend kurle ahia kan lode kotha kuro. Yere music system bi olop loud ase ule parata connect kurle try kuru. Alright sir. Apni ambi program attend kurule Aisha ro you are also a retired brigadier na sir. Aji laga program la upore apni la bhapna ki ase sir.
Oh. For today's program na.
Yeah.
What I want to say is that na politics and terrorism cannot work together, cannot go together, cannot mix up. If you mix up with the terrorism, you are a terrorist. And a terrorist is to kill this and that person without any reasons. So, Nagas are not terrorists. We are fighting and we are defending for our right, for our sovereignty, for our people. So what today we have seen is that terrorism, whatsoever may be, that have no stand, have no place, is a terrorist. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Thank you. Man, iti aro alak manukhan lode jao moi camera person ke moi la piche. Hi sir, can we please speak to you?
Piche the office lo pali na. Governor lode ki
Okay, sir. Just a few apni han bhi statement kan bhi bishi dangor kan bhi digina na aro age aya din kan de hule bhi apni han itu memorandum kan bhi digina ase. Aya din kan itu la positive response na paile apni han kinega hoigene jawle bhapna ase.
Aji Mohan related Kotha Granishna. This is just an initiative of the Angami Youth Organization. Any like-minded association, any youth organization may come up with a second course of action. We will be there as assured. We Angamis, we will be there. And then if necessary, we will again start the second phase. This is just the initial one. The second phase, we will start again. And then whatever steps we have to take, we will all take collectively. So very soon, IU will initiate in coordinating with the other youth bodies. So hopefully, the next course of action may be here with us very soon.
For speaking to us. Itu live thagishe mohan very fortunately Angami Youth Organization la president ge kotha ko parishe mohan attendees kan kunwa lode kotha ko alright mohan itia Hornbill TV kan bi live jase ek bar apni han yare khara kura nishna apni han ge kotha guru apni han itu Zelengrong Youth Organization kan bi apni han la support aru solidarity bi extend kurishe aya din kan de huli bi apni han la side par bi initiatives kan bi kuma lowle plan asna naina apni han nijor laga parent district te huli bi any such things, any such actions you are planning to take up when it comes to the main issue being discussed here today, that is illegal taxation?
Thank you. See, today as we have already, we had an opportunity like coming together, organized by our IO, and we, the Zhejiang Youth Organization Nagaland, and at the same time particularly from our parent district, of course like, as we have already declared in the public domain, this is not the last one, but this is the first stepping step where we are going to go ahead. And of course, like as we go back to our district parent, we will be sitting together with our subordinate bodies, along with our parents' bodies. Of course, like we will be having some decision also. And at the same time, like if any eventually this comes up, I think time to wake up and enough is enough. We will fight for it. And when we are not safe in our own land, then where can we be safe? That is the thing. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for speaking to us. Aru ahya din kan dole mohan will catch up with you again. Updates kami loine tayo mohan itia ekta janiwo lagya hole do contractor ki jalioral hole do Nerema village laga ase to yare bosti manuan mi ahine thaga nishna mohan tangiwi kotha kurigene jao. All right. Manu sabbi hi. Yeah, we'll speak to you then. I think you are also just since the contractor is from Nerema village also. अपनी हान नेहमा विलेज लगा youth body खान हुई भी अपनी हान ला भावना किन्हें का से इतने अजी लगा program ला ऊपर हुई भी
ओ इको कोले भी थका नहीं होले भी आया करने पिछले thanks मुगन अजी ला program दे ही ने इमान expectation तो थका नहीं होले भी मनु नगा मनु सब मनु ही किने मिली किने one family निशना सब मनु भी बाल कोथा कोई से नगा मनु खान सब एक ही मिला किने इतो illegal taxation खान हटाई दिवले किने आया करने tribals अलग खान के भी सब मनु बिशी thanks कोसे और आयो खान के भी बिशी thanks जने दिया से
Okay, all right. Thank you for speaking to us. मोहन यारे नेहमा village लगा इतु ताई खान ला body लगा leader एक जन भी मोहन लो रहे से ताई की भी कोथा कुरीबो All right, sir. Apni khan bhi itu press statement bhi issue kurishe and apni khan bhi nijor bhi draft kura laga bhi thagishe. Statements khan bhi apni khan bhi dangor statements khan bhi kumba bhi digine ase regarding the threatening of one of the son of your village. Apni khan bhapna kini ka ase itu por aji laga program lo ala bhi.
Aji do ase mohan khushi paise. Mohan duk pai thaga time de manu etia angami youth organization as an apex body ahigine mohan laga duk tu buki dishe. Holebi to issue do ase it's not only the issue of a village. Holebi etia common issue ekta thaki ase. Many people and especially the Nagas, we are fed up of the issues that is going on and facing by the people. Etu karne aji Kejar Leorelho, the proprietor of KKB Relho, he happened to be from our village, Nerhema village. Mohan etai ke sai kine khushi pai thaka ekta manu. Kejar Leorelho etu he is not an upcoming contractor. Holibi etia tai ke sai thaki she gole to best contractor, performance contractor ase. 2023 de nega ekta pai kine thaka time de aro tai laga opor de nega ekta haro. It's very unfortunate. Holebi tai laga life para tai suru kori digine. Etia man laga bosti bi suru kori digine. Etia angami youth organization para spearheading kori gine jaya ase. Man etia as one of our family member. Etu tai laga opor de kiba hoise gole to man ne etu do mere spectator hobole na hoy. Tai ki ase tai laga life te kori dia do man laga opor de kori dia he ase. Etu garne mohan aji angami youth organization etu spearheading kori gine naga manu pura ke loye ani gine etia enega ekta situation de mohan ke modop kori dia do bishi khushi pai ase.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Aya din kan doile apni an loi updates kan bi loi thagiwa. Thank you. Man itia yade CNCCI laga, excuse me sir, CNCCI laga President Mohan Lode ase taigi bi kotha kuro. Sir, thank you for giving your time for Hornbill TV also sir. Ajila even bi higena attend kurishe apni an aro itu unabated itu illegal taxation laga issues labi bishi discuss kurishe sir aji. And on top of that, the program was attended by not just the Angamis alone, but of all age groups and of many other tribes as well, sir. What are your thoughts on that, being the president of CNCCI, sir?
See, my representation here in the rally does not represent myself alone. This is the representation of 16 district chambers, which represent the 16 tribes of Nagaland. And this is a clear message to the Naga political groups that this madness and craziness has to stop, because this is not sustainable. No matter how much we are willing to extend the help, this cannot be sustained.
All right. Thank you sir, so much sir for speaking to us. Man itia ro ekbar yade our body kan bi ahi gene se our kan bi ahi thaga nishna tahan ge bi kotha kuri gene mohan parata khotom kuri dibo rasta bi itia do gari khan bi ahia shuri jese to bishi diri mohan ina birawole na paru hole ayare au youth organization khan bi ahi gene thaga nishna tahan ge bi kotha kuri gene jabo. All right, acha. Okay, hi. We are going live right now. Hornbill TV is going live right now. So could you kindly share your thoughts on today's program? And you made some very strong statements also. Aro ayo laga president brightia Hornbill TV exclusively kotha kurarem de koishe itu fight to tai khan lagla no, but it's regarding all the Nagas in general, like you yourself you said. So any chances of any initiation on the part of the Dimapur Auyur organization also?
We are yet to have a joint meeting. The IO called for a common Naga youth forum or organization. We will ensure that this agenda is put up to our apex body, and at the earliest, we would like to convey this either in Kohima or Dimapur. And DAYO is all out for a common youth apex body.
So since you have made some very strong statements on illegal taxation, and you particularly mentioned Dimapur, and you also spoke about camps being put up in very, places where the population is quite high. So, on your part also, do you plan to do anything? Any actions do you plan to take up after the meeting also? And any issues you plan to discuss? Any highlights?
There are civilized way of dealing with issues. We sit across the table and discuss. But when everything fails, and when the carrion call of the public is not heeded, when people are being threatened left and right, then we will have no other option. As Nagas, even though they are our fellow brothers, we have to take the ultimate action. And it will be a public mass uprising. So I think it is a matter of time only if we don't respect each other. And whatever that they are made of, we are also made out of that same blood and flesh. And we also, as today we may be in a youth organization, but our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers' sacrifice is all the same. As some of our speakers have pointed out, everyone are stakeholders. It's not just because some have the guns, they have the upper hand. No, we all Nagas, we belong and are from an egalitarian society. So we should treat each other with respect. It's only that we are not able to come together. And today is the beginning of us coming together. And we also call upon our tribal apex body, for whatever reasons that they have, to bring things to its logical conclusion. The portrayed Naga political issue is the root cause of all this factionalism. We are all aware of it. So it's high time that they also, as tribal apex body, take this as an opportunity for them to come together and sit across the table. And if need be, they should be part of the negotiation. Yeah.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Mohan itya our youth organization Dimapur Dayo laga president gibi kotha kuri dishe mohan paratak itu general public kan ahine attendees kan gibi kotha kurule mon tagishe hoilibi tai khan bi bishi bakto jai dishe aru itya gari khan bi pola shuru hoi jaise to mohan aji mohan la live session do yere brahi khotom kuri dibo koi dia nishna ahia din khan do hoilibi youth bodies kan bi tai khan la actions can be aru very seriously taihan la kotha koi dia han bi very seriously aru bi loi gene jawale plan ase koi gene bi janai dishi acha man yere ekta man la ekjon ke bi kotha kuribo. All right sir, apni bi yere bhui thaga nishna apni ki kotha koido sir, apni bi man itia live jaze Hornbill TV sir, apni la naam aru ek bar apni organization skun ba de.
Okay, I am Kazazer Angami from the Kohima Chamber of Commerce and Industries.
Right,
I think the public relay has been a realization of what the Chamber of Commerce had been dreaming for, had been desiring for. We as Chamber of Commerce, we have many limitations to organize a program like this because we don't happen to have, we are more into the interest of protecting and promoting the welfare of the business community. So what the Angami Youth Organization has initiated and hosted, we are very grateful to them because the very program today not only addresses the threat that the undergrounds have been to the contractors or the other business community, but even the business community, the Chamber of Commerce. So we feel that this has created a huge wave, not only for the Naga people, but also for the government of India, for the government of Nagaland, as well as our Naga national workers. So we are looking forward that they will also understand the pulse of the people. What the leaders have shared today will reach their ears. And we hope that in the future, some positive development will come up. That is our prayer and expectation.
Sir, aro mohan conversation itu kotom na hua gere hudio mona se recently Chamber of Commerce kan ekta shutter down bi thagishe sir. Multiple taxation hoi jai ne dukpa garne sir. Is the issue of Dimapur's multiple taxation the same is it the same as Kohima sir? Kohima la bhi Dimapur la nishna se multiple taxation, or is it somehow different sir? Itula issue do kininga se yare Kohima de sir?
Comparatively, I have no statistics with me. However, the intensity of taxation and the menace of day-to-day collection from various Naga National workers might be heavier in Dimapur than in Kohima. However, that doesn't mean that Kohima is also free from multiple taxation and various monetary collection from our Naga National workers. However, comparatively, I should say the Dimapur business community are facing more hardship than the counterparts in Kohima.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir. Or you want?
Welcome. Okay,
Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir. And Mohan, itu laga news related issues kan la upor bhi apni han no de updates kan bhi ani thagibo. Aji mohan na live session do imani huo Mohan program bhi attend kuri dishe mass itu protest rally ekta bhi attend kurishe. Janai dia nishna in terms of 100 to manu 100 upor almost 500-600 to manu ahi gine attend kura nishna man visually ine sa hisab hoile to iman do ahi gine ase iman itura bhi upor hole pare hole bhi itya approximate to inega hole nishna ase aru tribal bodies kan bhi alag alag especially youth organizations kan bhi aha aru yere itula program de ahia khan do itu chamber of commerce kan aru business association of Nagaland, the apex body of all the itu association business bodies business association kan hole ahi gine attend kuria inega dikharo Kohima de hole bhi ekta bishi saal pichre inega ekta program bra against illegal taxation inega program ekta bra mark kuria laga bhi man aji dikhi pase Hornbill TV apni han ge inega related issues kan mi ani thagyo updates kan mi ani thagyo itya ayo angami youth organization kan governance house te jase tai khan laga memorandum kan bi submit kuribole aro inega related updates kan bi apni han lo ani thagyo itya garni man hobo reporter ke Christian yo ke ho with camera person Pangloi for Hornbill TV Kohima.
Thank you, Akre. Mohan Gill live reporting tadawa Mohan ge updates or details diya karne. Itu taikshe ajilaga public rally against unabated illegal taxation. Mohan reporter kwa nishna arobi updates di thakyo time ahia tam de updates or details apni han ge update kuri thakyo.